Eduardo Rodriguez. So the big question here is he back? He was perfect into the seventh inning against the Orioles on Sunday, had 10 strikeouts over 8 innings against the Guardians last time out. The swinging strikes are there. He's doubled the whiff rate on his cutter so far this season. Velocity's up a little bit as well. I think you have to keep rolling with Rodriguez. I think at this point probably should be rostered pretty much everywhere. Gets the Orioles and the Mets coming up. Would you start him in those games?
I would. I really like what I've seen from Erod. I mean, it's kind of like the old like Boston version of Rodriguez, right? To where, I mean, maybe like the past two games where, with all those swinging strikes, maybe you're not that was a little bit unexpected, at least for me. But he's just like one of like those steady Eddie type of guys, and like the first two games of the season, he looked like not that great. And sadly, like I dropped him in a couple of leagues and then he goes on this run. So I really do think that he is back. I don't know how many wins that he could get on the Tigers, but even in a shallow league, like he's going to give you plenty of Ks and he's not going to kill you ratios. And that's kind of what you need with how many pitching injuries and how many pitching blow-ups you have seen across the league this year.
Yeah, he's only 30 years old, too. Forget how young he was when he had the call-up, and he's been really good for the Red Sox in the past. Of course, 2020 didn't pitch due to the myocarditis, the COVID situation and all that. So it's been a little while since we've seen the best of Rodriguez, but hopefully he's back to top form now, and he's possibly a trade candidate come July, too, which is something to keep in mind. Jack Flaherty yesterday struck out 9 batters in 6 innings against the Mariners, allowed 3 runs in 6 innings. Flaherty was kind of a disaster early on this season. Walks 13 batters over his first 2 starts. Since then, he's been better. He's walked just 6 batters in 17 and a third innings. He's gone 6 innings in back-to-back starts. Velocity also up from his first start, where maybe he's just still building arm strength. I don't know. But do you trust Jack Flaherty? I don't know. I'm a little nervous. I wonder about you.
I'm very nervous. Like if I had to pick one of these pitchers to, gamble on, either like Rodriguez or Flaherty, it probably would be Rodriguez in any given start, just because of how bad Flaherty looked in those first 2 games. Like it was just awful, but he's looked really good so far. Since then. So I'm like tepid. Like I still have kept him in like a few leagues. But I'm just like, I don't know. It's kind of like I need to see every single start from him to see how I feel about things, because those first 2 starts, I was running for the hills.
Yeah. I still think there's like that name recognition there that, maybe he'll end up being rostered in more leagues than Rodriguez, but I think Rodriguez is the one to trust here, especially Flaherty gets the Dodgers next. So that's a big no from me.